Wednesday, June 11th, 2025, and we're still talking about LA. Um, and thank you to Sonny Hostin for again repeating that this is just the test case. This is just part of a national plan that Taco's trying to figure out how to enact. Um, and a giant fuck you to Amy Alyssa Farrah Griffin for suggesting that these ICE agents are just doing their job. Thank God Whoopi called her out. And she's like, where did you last hear that? The SS and the Gestapo were just doing their job. And you know what? I understand that he's the commander in chief, but don't they have an obligation to the Constitution? Isn't there an ability for them to stand up, en masse and say, you know what, this isn't right? And I think part of the reason that they're not, and that you're trying to humanize them all. They're saying, oh, they have political beliefs just like you, blah, blah, blah. They probably agree with you. Well, I, I, there's no way they can have the same political beliefs because it's just morally corrupt. Something just weird happened. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not going to buy that argument that somehow they're just like me while they're violently ripping people from their families. And yes, they should be shamed. I do think they should need to be called out. How do you sleep at night? And I think the answer to the question is a lot of them enjoy this work. A lot of them are getting off on the power trip. I'd like to know how many former convicted January 6th felons have joined the ranks of ICE. Is there a statistic on that? Um, and how many of them are former Proud Boys or Oath Keepers or I feel like the same crowd that committed the terrorist attack on the Capitol on January 6th is the same crowd that ICE is hiring and why they wear those stupid fucking masks. And, their personal information is getting released. They're government employees, all that stuff is technically public record. So, uh, you know, do I think that we should be threatening their families and stuff? No. But uh, do their families know what they do every day? Then they leave the house and how they're ripping people from their homes and then just having them imprisoned. Like what's happening is fucking fascism. And now um, Alyssa Farrah Griffin has just announced herself as a fascist apologist. Oh, don't be mad at them. They're just doing their job. Well, if maybe if enough of us screamed at them, they would have the courage to find a backbone and say no to the fucking taco in charge. I'll probably just fire them and get new people to do it. I don't understand who the fuck kind of deranged person wants to do this job, but there's no fucking way that they agree with me politically. Because my political beliefs have a really grounded moral center in how you treat other people and how human beings should be treated. And that's not at all what ICE is doing. And this whole idea abolish ICE. If and I hate this that Alyssa Farrah Griffin is like taking all of this that's happening and just sort of applying standard political analysis to it. This isn't standard. Um, but if Trump is trying to get the Democrats to say abolish ICE, I don't think that's an unpopular um, uh, idea. That's because that's not what we should be doing. Um, that's not how we handle uh, human beings. At least according to the Constitution, that's not how we handle human beings. But we do in Trump's America. Fucking hell. Anyway, um, it's more of the same. Joy seems a little uh, fed up. I don't think she wants to talk about this anymore. Uh, what's her name? Sarah's still just such a Pollyanna. Um, and I love it when she got all uppity today, like on her high horse, but how things should work. Yeah, right, great. That's not how it's working. Um, and Sunny seems to be the only one paying attention to the fact that there are bigger things at stake than just what's happening on a day by day basis. And all right, I will go back because I forgot to talk about this yesterday. Fucking RFK Jr. firing all of the vaccine um, advisors because there's such a mistrust of vaccines. And I think it was Joy who said, "Well, you're part of the mistrust, you dumb dumb." Um, so he's just going to replace them with loyalists, and they'll just say vaccines aren't important, and we shouldn't do them anymore, and they're dangerous, and then our children die. So that's fun. I hope all of you idiots who voted for him who want to have children and then watch your children suffer because of his policies understand that it's your fault. You did it. And I love Joy's stupid question today when she says, what, how can they not see that he's going to have a financial and an economic impact on them? Because they're blinded morons. They're so blinded by their bigotry and the fact that he gives them the ability to hate whoever they want to hate. And now with violence, um, that they don't really care. They don't understand enough about the economy to figure out the impact um, of what he's doing and how it affects them. Somehow, if it's a bad thing, it's the Democrats' fault. If it helps them feel justified in their hatred, yay. Yay for Trump. Fucking A. Um, you see, Elon has backed off. I think this threat of losing his contracts scared him because he can't live without the teat of the government, without being on the teat of the government. And I think ABC fired Terry Moran. They suspended him, but I think now they fired him. And you know, there should be a news outlet uh, that picks up any of these journalists um, with some backbone, Jim Acosta, and just let him rip. Like, give him the funding and let him go. Mark Cuban, create a news channel. Anyway, happy hump day.